Welcome to OK Boomer, a podcast where a borderline boomer reality star mom
and her millennial daughter
bridge the gap between two feuding generations through celeb news, all things Bravo, their personal lives, and...
well, you're just going to have to listen to find out.
Okay, let's get into the podcast.
All right.
Isn't
it highs and lows?
I do have highs and lows, and I teased on my Instagram and our OK Boomer Instagram an experience that I had at the LACMA, and it's my low light of the week. Did you not see this?
I honestly, this week I've been so disconnected. So
okay,
please fill me in.
Okay, so on my Instagram, I posted, I went to the LACMA last Saturday with John Liam and his cousin Katie. The LACMA,
tell people what that is.
The Los Angeles County Museum of Art.
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles County Museum of Art. That's right?
Yep.
Yeah. And haven't been in a really long time. Haven't, whatever. But there was a Barbara Kruger exhibit and an Alexander McQueen exhibit. We were like, we should go, whatever. So we go to the LACMA. First of all, Alexander McQueen exhibit, not worth going. If anybody was curious, it's so stupid. They don't have enough clothes in there to like warrant
It's not like
exhibit.
The one in New York. The one in New York was pretty good.
Well, anything in New York is better than the LACMA. Let's just start there. Okay. Yeah. And that may be because I'm bitter, but anyways. So we go to the LACMA and I get a bottle of water, like a bottle. I'm constantly thirsty. Like this is like a thing. When you're pregnant, you have to be drinking a lot of water, whatever. So I get a little baby bottle of water and I have it in my hand and I'm like walking around, blah, 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 whatever. And somebody comes up to me and it's like, ma'am, you have to put your water in your purse. And I was like, okay, fine. Didn't know. Put it in my purse. Throughout walking around, I obviously take it out every once in a while to take a sip.
And every single person.
I didn't put it back in my purse every time. And so I'm like walking around, whatever. Somebody would come up to me. I mean, like the moment I would take a sip and close it, they'd be like, ma'am, you have to put it in your purse.
Why do they even sell it then?
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of like the whole point of like, if you guys are so adamant about having this freaking water rule, like just don't allow water bottles in the exhibit, whatever. Obviously, I get the message. So I keep my water bottle in my purse. When we walk out into an area that's like, where the elevators are, the stairs are and stuff, that's when I would take a sip of water.
Right. Common areas.
I got yelled at even there. Like it was very strange. I was also in a very bad place on Saturday.
Why?
I was just very emotional. I was just having like a weird, like emotional day. Like I just woke up crying. So already not off to a good start. So somebody like, me, I don't like to get in trouble.
No, I know.
So if you're telling me I'm doing something wrong, I feel like just so small. So whatever. End up going to like the lobby area to drink my water. And then the last person, like it was right after we walked around and did the whole exhibit. The last person who told me to put the water in my bag was so aggressive. She was like, ma'am, if you're going to be drinking water, you have to go outside. And I'm literally like this. I'm just like,
I don't know. It's crazy because Cubans we don't scold or deny a pregnant woman anything because it's bad luck for you. For me, it's so people.
And I'm so clearly pregnant. I was wearing like a dress that was like you could see it wasn't like I was hiding anything. And I'm just like looking at her drinking my water because at that point I was
oh my god, that was
rageful.
Good. Can you imitate the look? Like
she got so mad at me. She was so mad that I was looking at her drinking water. She's like, ma'am. And then
were you alone at that point, or was John Liam?
I was with John Liam and I was with Katie, and so I get my water and I'm like, I'm bringing my water outside. Is everyone okay with that? I'm like screaming. I open the water bottle, I dump it on the floor and I walk out.
Never in your listen, that's a different person.
Listen, I know that I'm dramatic and like
no. Beba, I raised you.
Hormonal and never. Like probably not in my right mind, but it was so warranted. I was so mad. I was so mad, like screaming.
You dropped it in the museum area?
Correct.
And you didn't get arrested?
No, I walked out so fast.
But like, that's like the most thing you've ever done.
You know, I would. That is such a you move. I would never. And I would be so mad at you if you did that. I'd be like, you're so crazy. I wouldn't talk to you for like a week. And I was, and like John Liam in the beginning was like, not mad at me, but not on my side.
Yeah. Like, why do you have to make a scene?
He was like, obviously this is a policy. Like, you knew that they told you so many times, like it's your own fault. And I was like, no, this is on. No. So then he ended up going to a friend's house he told him the story. And the friend was like, I'm going to write a letter. Like, he was so mad for me. And it made John Liam realize, like, yeah, I guess it really is fucked up. I was like, why did it take somebody telling you? Like, I wanted him in that moment to be like
knight in shining armor.
Are you crazy? She's pregnant and she needs water and she's in the lobby. Like, shut the fuck up.
And she has gestational diabetes that requires even more water.
Anything. Like, I was so mad. I'm still so mad about it. And I also have told everybody, I'm like, if you go to LACMA, you will never hear from me again. Like, it is a line I have drawn. Again, I know I'm dramatic, but I don't care. Okay? Fuck that place.
Fuck that place. Fuck the LACMA. And no, I am boycotting that place.
It's also
not that I've ever been or intended to go.
It's not that good. When they had the James Turrell exhibit in there for like a while, it was worth going because it's really cool. Everything else is trash.
I mean, honestly, I'm boycotting it. I don't know that I would boycott like the MoMA for you.
No, I wouldn't boycott the MoMA. And by the way, if I poured water in the MoMA, I would still be in jail.
Yeah.
I would be in jail for many years. Okay.
So everybody's got COVID around me. I don't have it, but I hope. Sylvia has COVID. Everybody has COVID.
Oh God. Yeah. It's getting bad again. Anyways, yeah, that's my low light. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And my highlight is Top Gun Maverick.
Oh man, I'm going today.
That movie. God.
Really?
I mean, the highest of the highlights, mommy. That movie is so fun. We left the theater and I just looked at John Liam and I was like, that was the most fun I've had in a really long time.
Really?
You're just on a roller coaster. Like, there's no action movie that's made like that anymore.
And usually sequels of something so iconic are so disappointing.
This one is really not. They really did a good job. They did a good job. You're going to love it.
I'm going to go today. I need a high, and it has nothing to do with, look, you know, I remind myself constantly to be grateful and all that stuff, but I don't know, you know, it just feels like, you know, I just feel like that.
Well, this is gonna put a pep in your step, girl. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it.
Something really weird happened to me yesterday. I went to do my third Morpheus treatment, which is like.
Can you put your mic a little bit more like just more closer to you?
Yeah. So I went to do. You hear me better now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I went to do my third Morpheus treatment, which is the microneedling with. It's like microneedling with ultrasound, basically, and it's 3 treatments. Each treatment, the needles get progressively deeper. I had forgotten about that. And they give you nitrous oxide. You're sucking on nitrous oxide. I have a video that I asked Glenda to take of me that I will not send it to you because well, if you post it, I would kill you, but you won't be able to keep yourself from wanting to share it.
Because it's so funny?
It's funny and bizarre. And I was completely high from the nitrous oxide. So what I think that happened, I got there, it was early in the morning. They put numbing on your face for 1 hour because it's a painful procedure. And really the numbing really takes care of most of the pain. Then Glenda got there and they put numbing on her and we were talking. And Glenda says that I was already a little high. And it's like, how can I be high? I hadn't sucked the thing of the nitrous oxide. But I think that the tank was open in the room, like the machine. So I was in there for like 45 minutes by myself. When they put the thing on my face, I started feeling high. So at some point I started telling the girl, is this thing get into my bloodstream? Could it make me high? It was really weird. By the time she started doing like the really painful parts, and this thing is like, this is why I like to go to Delilah specifically. Other people do it, but it's about the technique, right? And she knows, like, I don't do Botox, I don't do whatever. One brow is higher than the other. So then she works more on this so that it whatever
evens out, right?
And then areas where she didn't put numbing, she goes, let me just do your hands. I'm like, I was screaming, bloody faced, screaming and like slurring and saying things like, what's happening to my lips? Aren't my lips doing something funny? Like a crazy Well, when I left there, remember I told you I had taken, like I was going to go do my nails. I hadn't done them in forever. I got there.
You were like out of commission.
But did you hear me? How weird I was talking?
Not really.
Oh, I was like, honestly, so I get to the place, they were closing because of this tropical storm. So I couldn't go.
Right.
When I got home, I just went to sleep for a while, and I have felt so weird the whole time that I'm like, I'm just drinking tons of water to see what it is, I don't know.
I mean, you were on drugs. What do you mean to see what it is? You were on drugs, you did a procedure.
When you did that thing, that goes away immediately. I've done it before. It's perfectly safe.
Oh. So you think you were like overexposed to the nitrous oxide?
Or I think it interacted with something that I normally take or something.
Did you take anything before?
No, but maybe the night before when I go to sleep, like I'll take whatever.
An edible or something?
Huh?
Like an edible?
No. I'm talking about like my, estrogen, my
got it.
Pills that I have to take, like normal stuff.
Weird.
And no, super weird.
So that's your low light?
It was my low light because I still don't feel 100% normal.
Yeah.
And me not being able to get to the bottom of it is a problem because I know it has nothing to do with the actual procedure. So maybe I'm just crazy.
Well, we all know you're a little crazy.
So that was it. We only have low lights.
No, I had a highlight. My highlight was Top Gun. The highest.
Well, next week I'll have two highlights.
Yeah. Wait, can you give us an update on your boobs?
They are a lot smaller. I am so happy that they're a lot smaller. The other day, your sister sent us in our group chat a picture of J-Lo in her bathing suit.
Oh my
God.
And
she's smaller than I am now, but it makes you realize that you don't need like these giant boobs to be sexy or hot. In fact, it's quite the opposite.
You think you're J-Lo?
Big mama cow boobs make you look old.
Big mama cow boobs.
And ridiculous. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm happy that I did it, but I have pain that I didn't have the first time. Like,
you're older.
I feel a lot of pain. I feel like I'm very fragile.
Yeah. As you get older, you get more fragile. You're brittle.
Yeah. And I still like within the next couple of years want to do like a lower facelift. I don't know if I have it in me.
Yeah. And that's going to be, that's like not an easy recovery, I'm sure.
I don't know. I have so many friends that have done it. They seem fine.
Well, now.
Yeah. I don't know. They seemed fine during, but whatever. I'm not going to do it now because that's the whole reason I did this thing. And I'm still swollen and I still, whatever. But it's incredible. By the time that you're older, I just don't even think that you'll have to do any like actual plastic surgery.
It's all going to be lasers.
Because this thing, how I don't like fillers and I don't like whatever that look. I don't like. I look at Housewives and I'm like, I think I look at Housewives to see and
what you don't want.
What I don't want. Like I don't want the circle tits, and I don't want the lips, and I don't want the frozen face, and I don't want to look like a Joker. But I do want to look like refreshed. You know what I mean? Of course. So this works. This stuff is good.
Okay.
So I'm happy about that. But anyway, this is completely unrelated, but in my darkness, I was thinking, I think it was maybe last night or during the day, that I feel sorry for my future grandchildren. Like terribly sorry, has nothing to do with you. It's like of all the decades and centuries or whatever to be born into, I think this is absolutely the worst. I've started watching like a show which is old called Dark Web, which is very terrifying. But the truth is that the shit that's going on in the world, like in the 50s and the 60s, there was such an innocence, right? We didn't know that much. We know too much now.
Well, I agree. And I think there's like a lot of people now who are like, it's a very terrifying concept to bring kids into the world because, first of all, aside from like knowing too much of like social media and what it's doing to our brains and all this stuff, the world is on fire also. Absolutely. Like literally climate change is like Miami will be underwater in 15 years. Like that kind of stuff,
for sure.
Like the worst we're going to have the worst tropical storms this year.
This is going to be a super active year for hurricanes. The whole thing feels like, I have this meme that I put up the other day that was just so accurate, which was like an alien, you know, instead of it being, it says, at this point, I don't consider an abduction. I consider it a rescue.
A rescue mission. No, it's true. It is horrifying, but we have to have faith in
you do generation. No, you can't live like that.
Yeah. And also you can't make decisions based on what's going on right now. Like everything is shitty and you just have to have hope.
And if you don't have a child, how would you know that, you know, Ethel or Francesca or whatever, I forgot the name of my grandchild, that she won't be the one to be a huge disruptor and make a change. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, she won't, but yeah.
You don't know that.
No,
you don't know that.
I'm just kidding.
I was watching the whole documentary about Sheryl Crow last night, which
I love Sheryl Crow.
It's just a Sheryl
I went through a Sheryl Crow phase leading up to my wedding. I don't know why, but like blasting her music.
Like if it makes you happy.
Oh my God. It was my number one played song. Soak
up the sun.
On my Spotify Wrapped for 2021. Number one was If It Makes You Happy. And I was like, this is...
That's your anthem. Well, let me tell you, watch it's on, I don't know if it's Showtime, Anytime, whatever. She's kind of awesome.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's kind of awesome. She's very driven. She speaks her truth. She was way ahead of her time with everything, you know, with just like equality and love equality and everything. I enjoyed that. See, that was a highlight. I liked her. I like strong women.
What did that have to do with anything we were talking about?
That are not bullshit. Oh, okay. Well, because your daughter, Lilibeth or whatever.
Lilibeth. Where are you getting these names
from? The queen.
But your names are so like you were born in Cape Cod and like we're the whitest of the white. You're a Cuban woman and you're like,
but what do you want me to tell you? Yolanda?
No, I'm just saying, like, I just think you're so like in that direction.
Oh, okay. So you're naming the kid Selena.
No, I just mean like,
yes, you are.
Lilibeth is just a lot.
But Stapleton is a lot.
But that's why you have to juxtapose certain.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna water down
Yolanda,
the whiteness of your child.
Usnavi.
Anyway, the point is that how do you know that in she wouldn't be like a Sheryl Crow or somebody?
Listen,
you know what I mean? Add to the world where you now, how many years later can you know, during your wedding scream out the words to that song. So yeah, anyway. So but it's concerning for me.
I know.
Because I'm tired. I hate that whole feeling like, you know, everything because I'm tired and this is because I'm tired and that is because I'm tired. But it's exhausting when you're in the workforce, when you're dealing with people that are just not honest and forthcoming, when you're not whatever. It's like, this world fucking sucks. I want out.
It's awful. It's awful. But we gotta have faith. Dun, 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 dun.
Us. If you didn't have a child, you'd be sitting around the whole time thinking, I wish I had a child. And if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Exactly. Honestly, It all goes back to Sheryl Crow for us.
It does. Full circle.
Yeah.
All right. Lead the way.
Okay. Celeb news. Let's get into it. There's some stuff to talk
I'm glad because my reactions to these things are going to be firsthand reactions because I have been.
You don't know anything.
No, I'm working on my cookbook too, that I have a deadline, and it's like anytime I sit in front of the TV, I put the thing on my lap and hope that, some kind of, because it's not just recipes,
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. So first and foremost, listen, we are against, at least I'm fully against talking about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp because
me too.
I hate this whole thing. Over. Just to at least like address it, it's over and he won, which is like beyond.
Which is consistent with what I'm talking about with this world. It's like people suck, jurors suck, lawyers suck, the whole judiciary system sucks.
Listen, I also think Johnny Depp, this was the greatest role of his life. He should win a freaking Oscar for this.
Actually, let me show you my shirt that Glenda got me. That it's exactly how I feel.
Do I need to call in my flying monkeys? I don't get it.
Oh, okay. Well,
is it like a Wizard of Oz thing?
No, it's not a thing. I like that. Well, I don't know if it's that. No, I don't think so. It's just the world is so fucked up. At what point do I cue the flying monkeys?
That's such a weird shirt, Mommy. You're such a boomer.
I'm not a boomer.
Look at my cool shirt. That doesn't really mean anything.
Yes, it does mean something. It's just that it's more subtle, which, by the way, like millennials invented the subtlety of even communication. Like,
sure, but we don't wear graphic tees like that anymore. That's very I don't care. 2006.
This is
hot topic. Okay, fine.
I'm home, but you do wear like rock t-shirts, vintage rock t-shirts. Not you,
me.
People. I love them.
I do not do that. The only vintage rock t-shirt I have is a Jonas Brothers shirt from the 2019 concert and the 2022 concert.
That's really kind of cool.
Oh, you have no idea. It's my John Liam. Every time I put it on, he's like, "Please don't wear that."
It's not part of his aesthetic.
It's beyond that. He's like, people are going to think I'm a pedophile if I'm walking around with my wife who is wearing a Jonas Brothers shirt. And I was like, and if that's what they think, that's what they think. It is. Okay.
Well, don't watch the dark web.
I'm not. I don't plan to.
Like, honestly, it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And I think that's maybe why I got into a dark place, because there's so much child pornography, so much abuse, so much trafficking, so much shit. And it's so bad. It's so bad. All right.
Okay. Well, we're past that. We're doing celeb news. Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. Okay. So Amber Heard has to pay Johnny Depp 15 million, but then he has to pay her 2 million. My question is, does Amber Heard have that money?
I didn't know who Amber Heard was before this.
Well,
and she's probably going to appeal. And
I don't know if she will.
And the thing is that I don't think that he cares that much about being paid. I think he's just happy he won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like,
so I don't know that he's going to
from it is pretty nice, I will say.
The what?
That to get 15 mil out of it and also be right.
He's not going to get that money. I mean, unless she happens to be wealthy, but I don't even know.
Think she is. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's move on. I freaking hate them. Have you heard the Kim Kardashian Impossible Meat controversy?
Yes. And I've seen the commercial thing. She doesn't eat it. She doesn't touch it. She doesn't whatever. She's like Jada.
Okay, so for everybody who doesn't know, Kim Kardashian is the spokesperson now for Impossible Meat, which is like a plant-based meat. And she did a commercial where she's like the chief taste tester, and they're showing clips of her chewing and eating the food, but like there's no bite marks in the burger. There's no bite marks in like the chicken tenders or whatever it is that she's eating. And people are like, what? Here's the thing. She posted on her Instagram story though, outtakes of her actually eating the food to be like, guys, come on. It's so funny, but it's also funny.
It's probably because they didn't want her to have her stuff in her teeth or something. I mean, who knows?
She's a freaking makeup mogul.
But she's not the right person. You know what I mean?
This is why I think she is the right person. I mean, talk about the world being on fire.
We're talking about it.
It's good that she's endorsing plant-based meat products as opposed to like whatever. Like if Kim Kardashian is doing that, that's great. And yes, we're talking about it. And also, who cares? When did everyone become so like crazy about like continuity and whatever, watching commercials? And it's like, why is everybody a freaking critic? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just watch a commercial.
No, if you put something out there, it is subject to either praise, criticism, ridicule, basic random commentary that nobody cares about. And you've got to put stuff out there. I mean, it's gotten to the point where, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's weird. Not relatable to me. You know how millennials who also have the shorthand to communication, it's like somebody's talking because this happened to me or whatever, and instead of saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I feel so, you just look at them and go, relatable. What? All in one word. Do you watch Hacks?
I do. I love
okay, Hacks. The black guy, I forgot what his name is. He's so cute. I love him. The assistant.
Yeah.
Like when the writer girl is talking to him and whatever, he just goes, yeah, relatable. Like, who talks like that?
Nobody talks like that, Mommy. It's a show. I've never heard anybody say that.
Bible. Remember that?
Yeah, but that's not a millennial thing. That's a Kardashian.
No, I know that. I'm just giving you examples. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that was the Kim K thing. Just the Impossible Meat commercial.
What else is there?
Do you eat Impossible Meat?
I make no, I don't. And whatever, even if I don't ever get an endorsement, that's fine. I do like veggie burgers, but I make my own. But I don't like I think if you're going to be a vegan or vegetarian, then eat vegetables. You don't want tofurkey. You don't want fake sausage. You don't want fake whatever. One time I went to dinner at a vegan's house and they made this lasagna with cashew cheese and all this stuff. But and I like cashew cheese. I don't mind that. But
did you feel sick after?
Oh my God, so sick.
Never
in my life.
It messes up my stomach too. Like stuff like that I need.
But like I'll make burgers with chickpeas and black beans and lentils and brown rice and whatever. And that's really good.
Yeah.
Plus I also like a good regular burger. So I'm, my thing is not moral, like trying to whatever. If I thought about it a lot, it would happen. But I can't because
I also don't eat
my plate
red meat at all. Like you
should sometimes,
rarely
maybe like once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month if I go to like my friend Josh has the best steaks in the world. He has just a place. And so you get some steaks from there and it's like, it's worth eating, but good. Not to get like a cheeseburger from McDonald's.
No, absolutely not. Well, that's the issue. But the other thing is, this is not news, but I just thought, are you watching the Kardashians still? The show?
I watched the other day. I watched The Proposal. I haven't watched after that.
Okay. So this episode after that, nothing major happens, but there's a scene where Kris Jenner and Kylie are like driving in the car together and they decide they want to do like regular people things. So they go to the grocery store and then they go through like a drive-through car wash. When I tell you, I had the biggest smile on my face watching them do like normal people stuff. I was like,
celebrities, they're just like us.
But like, it really is like, they really can't do shit like that.
No.
They
are the most famous, like seriously.
You see people like taking videos of them like trying to be like subtle and stuff. It's like, that would drive me crazy. But them going through a car, what's it called? A drive-through car wash. It was.
Did they have fun?
They had the best time.
Did it remind you of times with me?
No.
Come on, don't be a liar. I have a little Kris Kardashian in me. There's some things about her that, by the way, this is not pride speaking, but that do remind me a little.
Like what?
I don't know about now. I can't pinpoint it.
I don't think so.
Just like, wanting to have like her whole family together and like,
sure.
She's so driven, but she loves her kids a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's such a protector, you know? I can't believe I'm singing the praises of Kim, whatever her name is,
Kris.
the old lady.
What?
Which is another reason she
You're the same age.
No, she's a lot older than me. Let's not go crazy.
The other thing was on this past week's episode was Kim finally talks about like how her and Pete Davidson met and like how they got together or whatever. And she basically says, which I love this so much, she was like, we met on SNL. He didn't come to my after party. He didn't even get my number, nothing. So she reached out to somebody to get his number. Like she was the aggressor.
The aggressive move.
The aggressive move. And like, she basically said, I wanted to find out what this like,
but you're such a fool.
This guy is about. And she said that she was DTF. She was like, I was also just down to fuck. I was like, Kim, yes.
And she did that day?
No.
Okay.
I think she was saying I reached out because of.
And you see that as a power move?
Absolutely. It's somebody, it's a woman,
we discuss the flip side of that?
Going after what she wants and not waiting for somebody to make a move. Why do you have to wait if you know what you want?
Right.
Also,
and by the way, side of that,
okay,
is that the power move was on his part.
Oh,
it was 1,000% on his part. By the way,
100%.
That's what ugly guys do. The guys that don't have no, because you don't see him ugly anymore. Because when you look at Pete Davidson, you're seeing now him through the eyes of, you know, Kim Kardashian, Kate Beckinsale, whatever her name is, the Ariana Grande, and like big penis. That's how you see it. I do it too. I get it. But he is empirically an unattractive man. Okay? From Staten Island. Okay. No, I'm saying he is not from Rye, New York, and with chiseled features of a Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, babe.
I'm very white leaning. You love. I'm sorry that I'm so Lisbeth, the Kennedys.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Denzel Washington. You know what I'm saying? Who's so hot, you know, or in his day when he was younger. This has nothing to do with white. It is that he is. If you know how you show a baby, right? When Penelope's born, I'm going to show her a picture of Pete Davidson and see if she stays staring at it, because babies know beauty because they like symmetry.
Oh my God.
He is a Picasso in real life. The point is that people like him have learned that
how to play the game.
And so everybody goes to her. Everybody goes like, oh, Kim, and he didn't. So the power move was him. It was like,
I agree.
He going like 5, 4, 3, 2, and there it is.
Yeah, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think that he also played a game here. Also, he had
look at the number
111. It's 111, guys, on the East Coast.
No, but it's my angel number.
Yeah. He absolutely played a game. I think playing the game is a two-way street, but I'm just saying I appreciate that Kim Kardashian.
You appreciate that she fell for it. Okay, good.
I appreciate that she still went after something that she wanted and didn't give a fuck about.
Of course,
because she's also like, I'm Kim Kardashian, right? I'm
right,
gonna get whatever.
There's what's the percentage of chance of being?
Also, Megan Fox had texted Kim after she found out that Pete Davidson and Kim were together and was like, is this real? And Kim was like, yeah. And she's like, Pete had asked for your number like a couple weeks ago. And I told him absolutely not. And like never in a million years. So it's like, you find out that he was trying to pursue her,
right,
you know?
Right. Well, see, that's what I don't know that I like that about him, because part of the draw of Pete Davidson, right? When somebody is not just like attractive, right? When you just see like, you know, you see David Beckham. I'm just giving you examples of people that I'm trying to think. You know, just his attractiveness carries so much weight, but this guy doesn't. And so I think that the fact that he knows he has to play that game, that he kind of practices the game, that he whatever.
You don't like that?
I don't like that. No, I don't like that. I don't care if she called him and whatever, but I don't like that he set her up, that he played her like a violin. He did.
It was his only chance when she was hosting SNL to like see if this was going to work. I think
to see if this is going to work, because they have so much in common. Like,
listen,
no, because she's Kim Kardashian.
You whenever we talked about this, you are always like, this is like gonna last a long time.
No, I do think it's gonna last, but I'm not telling you that. You're asking me about, you are, you know, commending her for whatever, and I don't disagree with that.
You just don't like that he played a game.
Yeah. I don't.
Because you don't care that
he doesn't have a right to. No, he doesn't have a right to play the game.
You're very confusing.
He's too ugly.
But that's what I'm saying. If you think he's ugly, then he has to compensate for that and play a game. And he did that. He's like using everything.
By the way, I no longer think he's ugly. But by the way, it's happened.
You're saying
how
traditionally,
how
traditionally speaking, he's not like classically handsome, which I understand. But you're saying he's not classically handsome, so he has to use his other assets, which is being funny, being tall, having big dick energy, whatever it is. And then you're upset that he's using what he has, which is the ability to play a game. Eso no entiendo, chica. You're still on drugs. That's what we're gonna chalk it up to. Okay. Also, I had this conversation with John Liam. This is a different
about me.
No.
Because he loves to talk about me.
We don't talk about you.
He wanted to see a picture of my boobs.
Well, he was curious about the surgery.
Don't you think that's weird?
No, he said,
I think he
don't make it sound like that. He said, did your mom get her boob job? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, how much smaller are they? And I'm like, I think they're like a C. And he's like, is she going to send you a picture? I was like, why?
It's when you put it all together with some of the shit that he's bought me to wear. Yeah. He's got a kink.
John Liam, when John Liam and I first started dating, like one of the first Christmases that he came to Miami to like spend with my family, he woke up in the morning. He didn't have any gifts for my family
Eve,
on
right?
On Christmas Day, which by the way, this is just so weird to begin with. Christmas Day walked to American Apparel, okay, which was open on Christmas Day, and bought my mom a short red backless dress.
Side boob, major side boob.
And then wrote on like the box, like, I can't wait to see you wear this.
And then he kind of caught himself and said, this is so weird. I don't know why I'm doing all this is on the box.
Yeah, all of it
is
on the
really
box.
Weird. I know that this is awkward. I shouldn't have bought you this dress, but I hope you like it. But
he's a lunatic. Yeah, it doesn't make him sound like he doesn't want you.
I think it's been a long time already, but maybe at the beginning.
In the beginning, and then he like got to know you and was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Now he's like, you better not turn into your mom.
Say that?
No. I say that.
Listen, there are worse things that could happen to you.
I know, I'm just kidding. What were we talking about? Oh, Kim Kardashian, Pete. This is what I was going to say. I was having this conversation with John Liam about the definition of like a pretty boy, especially in like 2022, because a pretty boy used to be like, you know, like the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, like very groomed, manscaped men that were like whatever. Whereas now I think I see a pretty boy, and I'm curious what you think. I see a pretty boy as like a guy who has like a very symmetrical face, like very classically handsome, that almost like if you put a wig on him, he could be a little girl. Mm-hmm. Whereas like Harry Styles is not a pretty boy. He's just like grungy and hot and cool, but not a pretty boy.
He's so perfect. But he's pretty though. His face is pretty.
No, he's very pretty. But if you if he grew his hair out, you wouldn't be like, oh, he's kind of like a little feminine.
Listen,
you'd
if
be
anybody,
like,
no, I don't see any feminine in him.
Neither do I.
Which is really weird because he will.
I mean, I do, but
I don't see it. And I'm, you know, honestly, my generation would see that as appalling. You know what I mean? Like what he wears. Yeah. I love him. He is like the coolest person on the planet to me. No, like the way he moves.
We know you love Harry. We've talked about this. We don't have to go over it again.
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying Pete Davidson is not a pretty boy.
No, he's not. But I don't like, I've drank a little bit of the Kool-Aid. Like I've had a shot of Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Listen, I think if Pete Davidson was in your house, and like having dinner
at your house,
you'd like totally be into it, and he'd walk out the door. You'd be like, man, I really like him.
Right. But not in a sexual way.
Like your son, like Harry, your son.
Right. Well, but that's, the reason I want to say that is because I don't know, there is no part of me that has ever been attracted to somebody young, like really young.
I know.
Or even a little bit young. And so I find it so crazy, the women that I know, when they're 20 years younger, it's like, it's weird to me. I don't know. I don't get it.
It's not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea. Tell me more celeb news. Anything else?
The only other thing was on this last week's episode, like Kim Kardashian bought herself a plane, like a private plane, and it is, I mean, the money
better than Johnny's, because Johnny is redoing 777.
It's she has so much taste that it's like she did all the wood very light. You know how like airplanes have very dark wood. It's all light wood. All the seats are cashmere. It's like, it's insane. And this is why I love this version of the Kardashians, because they're talking to the camera. It's very like breaking the fourth wall sometimes. So she's doing almost like a tour of it, like talking to the camera, and she's really giving us everything. Like she's showing us, this is what I did. This is whatever. Whereas like, the other show would be like, show the plane, B-roll, and then we move on.
Because Kim Kardashian was really the first influencer. Kim Kardashian knows that she has known that we want to see the real thing. We want to see it all. We want to see it unedited. We want to see whatever. We're super voyeuristic. That's what makes a good influencer. You show everything.
Yeah. She lets us in, and we love that.
Yeah. So thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bravo bullshit.
Bravo bullshit. Okay.
There's two things.
Yeah, there's two things. So let's get Beverly Hills out of the way first.
Okay.
Before
I think to me we should get Dubai out of the way, because
let's get Dubai out of the way.
Goodbye Dubai.
Goodbye
honestly.
Dubai.
I'm not into it at
me
all.
Neither. And I gotta tell you, the reason I believe they fucked up is by putting Americans on the show. The girl from Boston and the whatever. Look, I'm sorry, but it cheapens it. Yeah, I guess it cheapens it. To me, what I think where they went wrong was, it felt like a parody of a housewife show. It's because so they stylized. Were imitating, right. And I think like this is what I was talking about with John Liam, because I was so mad watching it. Like I paused it and I was like, here's the issue. When Salt Lake City came out, it was at the height. We're still at the height of like what Housewives is. Like people are obsessed with it. When a new franchise comes out, like people get very excited. Dubai, I think there was so much excitement around it because it's the first international franchise. Not the first. Don't they have London, Melbourne, all that? No, not Housewives. They have Real Housewives of Melbourne. Not on Bravo, or I don't know. They probably did, but I'm talking about now. It's like when Real Housewives of Miami first came out, it wasn't that big of a deal because it was more of a big deal than now. Look how it's fizzled. But that's what I'm saying. Like it is now, because Real Housewives franchise is a much bigger thing now than it ever was before. So releasing, what I'm telling you is that, okay, go ahead. Releasing a new franchise, a new city is going to be a big deal right now, because people are gonna be like, oh my God, new characters, we're international, Dubai has so much money, blah, blah, blah. Lifestyle, yeah. That they stylized it in a way to be like, we're gonna shoot this like a Real Housewives show. There's people on it in their interviews saying things that like they think that they should be saying. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like, I want to see my girls getting ready in their closet with their glam squad and like shit all over the place, and then going to an event and fighting. I want to feel like they're all friends. I want to feel like I'm in it. And this just felt so discombobulated and like a parody of itself. I was so bored by it. I didn't even finish it. No, I didn't either. There's a formula, this as a producer, that they believe it works, and it's hard to get it right. Because, a lot of people tell me like Miami, and I always say it, like, I really want Miami to do well, because I don't want Miami to be seen as a like DC, right? Like one of the franchises that never made it. Right. So if I was ever part of something, I want to be part of something that's still thriving and successful. Right. So, but the way that they shot Miami feels different than a regular housewife show, but to its credit, I prefer it. Like, I prefer that I think it belongs on Peacock. It's clearly not, no, it does, because when they played it, even though the excuse is everybody had already seen it, not everybody had already seen it. The ratings are terrible on Bravo, but Ultimate Girls Trip, the ratings are better, but it's fine. What's wrong with Peacock? Peacock has some great shows. You know what I mean? I think Miami works great as like a housewife show. I think it works. I do think it works too, but it also works because it's like the women, we've seen them before, so it's like it's a different. No, but I also think that the producers are not trying to create a cookie cutter or anything. I don't know. I think it's a little different. It's a little Vegas-y. It's a little more gritty. You play that next to Beverly Hills, but but they also get down and dirty. There's so many like accents, between Julia's French accent, Adriana's whatever, and then the Latina girls that like half the time I'm Latina and I don't even understand what they're saying, but it's part of for people that
how you're comparing this to Dubai? How?
I'm comparing the fact that I think that whoever produced Dubai should not have put them in the Real Housewives corner. They should have let it be what it was going to be. There are some good characters on there.
Oh, for sure.
There's some great lifestyle. There's some even great cool fashion that we don't even see here because they're not as obsessed with showing their boobs and stuff like that. They like real what do you call it, fashion. So they shouldn't have put the girl from Boston, that then whatever, and the other one. I think the Americans shouldn't be part of that. Sorry. No. I mean, we wanted to see Dubai. We have enough Americans here from all different cities.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. So whatever. I was terribly bored. I couldn't watch it.
I was so bored too. Like I really couldn't get through it. Listen, is it hard for me to accept change? Yes. Is it hard for me to like get into a show? Yes. So I think I'm biased. Like I'm sure, listen, if people,
it'll grow on you.
I'm sure it will, but like as of right now, me no care. Okay.
No, me no care either. I thought I was gonna like it. I wasn't.
Me too. I was excited.
I wasn't doing the countdown. Like I knew Beverly Hills was on, but I never know which day actually. So I thought it was Tuesday, then it was Wednesday. And I go, wait a second, there's this other show after. So
yeah.
I like Beverly Hills because I do love just the way it's shot. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if I'm going to watch a movie on whatever, stream a movie, from the first moment it opens, I'll know whether the movie fits what I like and the mood. It doesn't mean sometimes I'll like really dark looking war movies. I like that, but I also like this kind of like happy, light, walking through the streets of New York. We're not really sure what's going to happen kind of movie. Nora Ephron,
get to the
Nancy Meyer, whatever. When I look at Beverly Hills, it's a look that I like, but
it's an Nancy Meyer movie, for you.
Right? But the content
is a war movie.
It's not a war movie. It's just like, it's just so boring. It's just so like exercise in futility. Do you know what an exercise in futility is? It's like, so why do we spend so much time on Crystal and whether or not it was a violation?
I want to get into this Crystal debate. I am like,
I don't like her anymore at all.
I think then we both sit in the minority of this because I think most people I think most millennials are on Crystal's side, but I am not.
I'm not on her side either.
Here's the thing. Crystal is much younger than the rest of them. Okay. She's
much smarter.
And
knows
she might be
and
a millennial. I think she might be.
Yeah, she is a millennial.
Okay. So here's the issue. I think if you're a millennial in a boomer world, okay, this is very topical for our podcast.
Sure.
If you are a millennial in a boomer world, you have to be aware of your environment and you have to adapt to it.
You have to adapt.
I truly, and maybe whatever, you cannot throw around the word triggered in a boomer setting.
No.
And everyone be like,
because you guys love those words. You guys love those words.
And by the way, I understand that. I've actually like removed it from my lexicon because I'm like embarrassed when people say it now. John Liam has taught me that, honestly, because he's like it's a therapy.
Because he's almost a boomer.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a therapy word and it's like, it's overused and it's annoying. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Look, I don't even know what her issue is.
I don't know either.
She's got a very nice life, a very nice husband, beautiful kids. She's smart. She's talented. She's beautiful. Relax. Forget your triggers. Get happy.
Well, you can't say that either. But here's the thing. For anybody who doesn't know, Crystal on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills said that she was triggered by everybody coming at Sutton saying that her feelings didn't matter, because she was like, well, last year you guys basically told me that my feelings didn't matter because I was using the word violated when Sutton came into my room and I was naked and she felt violated, which, by the way, fair. I don't think that violated is that strong of a word. I just think that the issue was resolved, and it was so resolved that Sutton and Crystal became very good friends.
Right.
So to bring it up again is just so they don't have bonkers. Anything. But I told Gati when that whole thing happened, I was like, to me, it seemed like Crystal was drunk and she got emotional. Do you want to?
No, go. I'm listening to you.
I thought that she was straight up drunk, like she had been drinking too much. And you know, when you like drink too much and you start getting emotional and sensitive and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to chalk it up to that. And then the next day, her coming back to Kyle's house and like crying again. This is the quote that I wrote down. This is the quote that I wrote down because I was like, this is a clear sign that this is on you, Crystal. This has nothing to do with anybody else. She said, what triggered me was that I was holding it in for so long. That's a you problem. That's you not addressing your own feelings, but you worked it out with Sutton to the point that you became friends with her, but you are holding it in and now you're triggered by it because you never processed it.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with your friend group. That has nothing to do with having a safe environment to share your feelings. That's a Crystal issue. And that's when she lost me. And I was like, oh, you're so unevolved. Like you think that you're saying all these like words, these therapized, blah, blah, blah. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're not even fucking therapy.
I think that's the danger. I think that's the danger of what Bravo is doing with Real Housewives, of mixing in generations. Like when everybody was either a Gen X or a boomer on these shows, I think it worked better because the jump from Gen X and boomers are very similar. Millennials and Zoomers are very similar.
Right.
So there's a big jump. And so
it's like when Leah on New York and Ramona and that whole like,
yes. That's and even in Miami, even with, so I think about Nicole. If I were in Miami today, right? If I were on Miami today, I would not try to compete with a Nicole in the same arena, but that's what's happening.
I know.
And what happens? How does it make people my age look? Stupid,
absolutely.
Bold, desperate, grasping, like put away the crop tops, put away the whatever, be elegant, be something much more, something that shows that you have the gravitas of the years that you have lived. It's something that shows that you have wisdom, which is attractive.
Right.
And it could be in a pretty package, but it can't be in the same package as Nicole.
It's not even that. You can also, it's an opportunity to be like, look at what I've learned throughout my years. Absolutely. And let me impart this wisdom upon you, millennial.
I honestly, like it's, and I hate it because it never looks like the millennial is doing anything that what a millennial would normally do.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, when I look at like Nicole, I think Nicole has changed over this time. There's been a major glow up, but it's also like, because she's smart, she's like trying to play. I don't know too much. I know her husband really well. I don't know her that well, but what she's doing doesn't look contrived to me. You know, I'm talking about just on social media.
It feels very real.
Right. And then the other ones are like, it looks like grasping. Absolutely.
Yeah,
right?
But I think that's like, that's the nature of getting older. I
know, but I
don't even think it's a boomer thing. I think millennials are going to get to that point and Gen Z is going to come in and do that thing where everything feels authentic. I think that's happening right now. Millennials get made fun of all the time because of that.
But I think you'll see that having a daughter, I think it's different. Like when you have a daughter, you realize that, you know, if they're at a stage, you're not at the same stage anymore. Like you're very aware of where you are. So I will go to a store and see something, might look okay on me, might be able to pull it off, but I'm not trying to pull things off.
Yeah, no, I don't. And I don't think you should be.
Right. And so then I'll look at it, I'll go, this is great for Beba, or this is great for whatever. And maybe eventually it'll be great for Penelope, you know. I don't necessarily think, like, I kind of bloom where I'm planted. And I'm planted where I, you know, age-wise in my 50s, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fact. I'm not in my 40s. I'm not in my 30s. I'm not, that's what it is.
I bloom where I'm planted. I like that. Huh? I bloom where I'm planted.
Because I'm not fighting it. There's so many other things to fight in life, you know?
Yeah.
And plus I enjoy seeing the stages of your life. And I'm going to enjoy seeing the stages of my granddaughter's life.
Yeah. It's literally just about being exactly where you're at, just being present. If you're
and
just
being comfortable
present,
where you're at instead of wanting to fight it.
Right.
But that comes with regret. And I think that this is sometimes, there's an important lesson here. If the fact is that the reason it doesn't bother me, my age doesn't feel like a hindrance, is because I've done everything, or I'm in the process of doing everything I've wanted to do.
Yeah.
You only have regret of age when you look back and go, oh my God, I didn't do this, or I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one way of getting very comfortable with your age, that you feel grateful that you have had the years that you've had, and hopefully upcoming years, to enjoy the fruits of what you've created.
Agreed.
So, yeah, I'm so wise.
You're so wise. You go on such tangents. Like we were talking about Crystal, but I don't see.
But it is. But it's related. But it's related. And by the way, let's be honest. What is Crystal being when she's behaving that way?
A bitch.
Self-indulgent.
Oh my God.
Am I right though? Am I right?
You are absolutely right.
Okay, that's what we don't have to dwell on it. No more tangents, but that's what that is.
Say, absolutely right. Okay, move on before I
no, Beba, because that is.
I know.
I say it. I'm not making it up.
I agree. She is being self-indulgent. I also think she just wanted attention. It was all very weird.
She does want attention.
I've turned on Crystal, is what I'm telling you, and like I hope that she gets me back, because I actually do like her, but this was a bad episode for her.
Yeah, it was a bad episode.
Kyle's face the whole time is like. I was like,
yeah, because Kyle's become very comfortable on the show. I mean, Kyle's fine. Sutton is socially awkward.
Lunatic. She's a lunatic.
She has no tact, has no whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's entertaining, but I cannot watch it while doing other things, because just the screaming, it's a lot. And when I say an exercise in futility, it's like there's a lot of the arguments that let's sit and talk about it. Let's get all together and rehash. And it's like,
that's why
the horse is dead.
No, that's why I like Beverly Hills. I love the fights. I feel comfortable in the fights. I love it so much. So okay. That's it.
That's all you have. Did you hear about the Chris Lee knows best? So I don't know if I'm talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about which, I mean, I always found him incredibly effeminate, and I don't know, but I know people that are effeminate that are completely heterosexual, but I always thought that, and I had heard that he was gay, and so
you and everybody else.
Yeah, all this always comes out. But I was reading lately that with the whole kind of the way Harry Hamlin is behaving lately, that he's the next one that they're going to, because he's starting to look like Liberace, an elderly Liberace lady. That's what he's looking like to me.
He's always looked like that to me. Also, I love Chrissy Loves Best, and I love that family.
You do?
Oh yeah. I when that show is on TV, when you go to like a hotel room and there's like just trash on TV and there's nothing you can like actually put on.
600-pound life.
Anytime Chris Lee Knows Best is on, I'm like, I'm in. I'm watching
it.
15 episodes of this in a row. Don't care. So just general stuff. Some housekeeping, podcast housekeeping. First of all, this is our first YouTube episode.
Oh, but you got to put the other ones on. People want.
Mommy, I can't. You
can upload old videos to YouTube.
No, because I cut them and then I save them as MP3 files and then I delete them from my computer because I don't have enough storage.
Beba.
What?
Okay, that's fine.
Listen, this is not a big deal. Who cares?
It's fine. It's not like there's any major continuity, only that I think millennials are self-indulgent.
Also, I don't think, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter. Well,
that's exciting. That's exciting because a lot of people want to watch. And I think there's,
I do get a lot of requests from people who are like, why aren't these on YouTube?
Well, thank you for doing the first YouTube episode on a day I look like shit, but that's okay.
Well, that's on you. So
how about no, you don't look like shit?
You also don't look like shit.
I'm going to see you next week. We're going to do it together.
Yeah. So next week is my baby shower, and my mom and my sister and my dad and my stepmom are coming into town, and we will be doing the podcast with Kathy, my sister. So we'll all be together. The last time we recorded together, there was like a major echo because we were doing it in the same room. So we're gonna do it.
And we're also going to be live on my new show on Fireside, which of course they wanted you on, because I honestly think that now I'm just gonna be your sidekick for the rest of my life. But it's a show that we're gonna put the promo on our pod, on our Instagram as well. But it's called Secret Sauce. And it's kind of a cooking show
on Fireside Chat.
No, it's Fireside. It's not called Fireside Chat. It's just Fireside. You download the app. It's not like anybody can create content on there. They're going to come and shoot us at Viva's house, and then you can participate, be part of the live audience. So
yeah, we'll put that stuff on Instagram so you can.
So that's going to be fun too. And then we have the shower.
We have the baby shower. We'll post photos on the Instagram. And then also wanted to say, I mean, actually, this is something we should talk about maybe off camera or off the podcast, but to me, we're doing like seasons of this.
Yeah.
So season 1 will be coming to a close somewhat soon because I have to have a baby.
Right. Right.
So this is episode 12. I imagine that we'll probably do like 3 or 4 more.
Probably like 3. Yeah.
So get it while it's hot, guys.
Get it while it's hot and stick with us, because we'll get right back to it. And
we'll get back to it.
I'll definitely post content like from the hospital and stuff like that.
Not from the hospital. Let me,
yeah, like when you look pretty. I got to show people my granddaughter and John Liam.
Not like me, like on stirrups pushing.
God, babe, really?
I don't know. Wait, we have to do a quiz. I'm like, trying to wrap up.
Go first.
Okay. What is a pillow princess?
A pillow princess is somebody that will absolutely not sleep less than like 10 or 12 hours a night.
No.
Oh. I want to be a pillow princess.
I heard this on Bitch Sesh like a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
A pillow princess is a receiver, not a giver in sex.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
I love that term, a pillow princess.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. At one point when I whatever, I'm not gonna get into personal stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but I was accused of having Velcro on my back at one point. I was going through a really lazy period.
Listen,
hasn't ended.
I tell people I'm too pretty to get on top. Too pretty to do any work. Okay.
Right. Okay. I don't know. I have a couple of whatever. I think this was going to be easy, but I also think your answer is going to be funny. So I think it's worth it.
Okay.
Explain to me in your words what a write-off is.
Oh,
yeah.
This is, well, I'm scared of saying anything because
no. Just say generally, not you. We're not talking about you. What do you think a write-off is, like, generally?
It's an expense that you can get money back from during tax.
You get money back from?
Or not money back from, but you don't have to pay.
Okay, give me an example of a write-off.
Okay, so for example, for my LLC that I have with John Liam, when we have
this is too specific.
This is the only way I can explain it.
Okay. Okay.
We work in Hollywood, baby. Okay.
Right.
Film, TV production. We have an LLC through our company, whatever. When we go out to dinner with a producer, we use that business credit card, right? Because that's a write-off.
Okay. So you're basically, it's like you're not paying for it because it's a write-off.
Exactly. So it's like if I'm buying a computer, again, because I'm in Hollywood, baby.
Right.
And I need
you have to say baby?
Okay. Yes.
It's a write-off. So you're not technically you're not paying for it, right? Because it gets deducted from
it gets right.
Right. Yes. So who pays for it?
The police.
Who's paying for your write-offs is my question.
The government, right?
The government is paying for your computer and your meals with fellow producers.
who's paying for it? I actually don't know. But do I have to know?
Some things
like, who cares?
I honestly just do a little research. I would love for the top of the next show for you to give our audience a comprehensive explanation of what a tax write-off is.
You always give me homework, which, speaking of long tooth, getting old.
Yes.
And here's an example. Anna's a little long in the tooth to be getting a boob reduction.
On the contrary, it would be long in the tooth to get a boob augmentation, but not a reduction.
Do you know where the term comes from?
No, I did, but I forgot.
You don't.
Okay.
The expression alludes to a horse's gums receding with age.
Oh, okay.
So their teeth.
And I know a lot of women look like horses.
By the way, I'm long in the tooth because my I have gums that are receding.
Well, and then you need to rinse every day with hydrogen peroxide.
Oh, okay. Dr. Kim Gosses. DDS, DTF, Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson. It all comes back around. Okay, well, next week we'll be in person, guys. Thanks.
Watch us on YouTube. It's Okay Boomer the pod.
Yes. Okay. I'll post the link on our Instagram when we deploy this episode. But the YouTube version of the podcast will be longer because it will be an unedited,
uncut.
Directors a Jewish.
We're going to be uncircumcised for our podcast of videos. They're uncircumcised-ish episodes.
The Jewish pod.
Which I think is good. People will see me going on tangents and they'll understand that you cut half the shit out. Yeah. And it's like, oh, there she goes again. Okay. Cool. Exactly. And people will be like, wow, thank God. You know what? I'm not going to watch a YouTube video anymore because the other one is so much more. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Exactly. Okay. That's it.
All right. That's it. Love you. I can't wait to see you.
I know. I can't wait to see you either. It's going to be a fun week.
Have you gotten your dresses yet since you didn't fit in the last one?
No, not yet. They come on Monday.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Follow us.
Oh, yeah.
Subscribe and review.
And also subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
apparently. There's a lot of stuff that you got to do.
Yeah. We're having a lot of fun doing this. We really are. It is work mostly for you, but we are having fun. Right. But it's important for us to know that the people who are listening are having fun too. So the reviews and subscriptions is the best way to know, because it's not like we're doing this for all the money that we're getting.
So if you've noticed, there are no ads yet.
Yeah. So, so if you want it, this is almost like a PBS commercial, like a public television. If you want us to stay on, you need to subscribe.
You gotta tell us.
We're not asking you for money, but we're asking you to stroke our ego.
Yeah.
Which is more valuable.
We're pillow princesses. Okay.
Yeah, pillow princesses. In fact, that's something mothers and daughters should not know about each other, but okay.
Well, you're the one who offered the information. I know. That you have Velcro on your back.
It's my problem.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Love you.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.